What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome you back to more Let's Play Subnautica. In the last episode, we made it down into the Blood Kelp Zone and eventually the Lost River itself. Grabbed ourselves some crystalline sulfur and some nickel ore, which we used to craft a couple of upgrades for our prawn suit, particularly a jump jet upgrade and a new depth module that allows us to go to 1,300 meters, which is incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to put both of those to use in this episode because we are going to be heading to a couple of interesting areas, actually. First things first, we are going to actually go exactly where I said we were never going to go. At least I was going to try not to go, and that is the bulb zone. And we are going to specifically go to the entrance to the Lost River from the bulb zone. You might be asking, why are you doing that? Well, it's because I would much rather go that way in my prawn suit than with anything else. I would rather go to the other entrance of the Lost River with my other equipment than with the prawn suit. I mean, prawn suit's fine either way, but we're going to go at least once just so I can show the entrance to the Lost River from that angle. And I'm actually going to place a beacon there. That's the whole reason I even want to go that way. So we're going to just kind of swim on off towards the bulb zone, which should be pretty simple to do. It's not that complicated of an area to get to. But we're using our new jump jet upgrade as well, which, as you can see, like just holding it, I get so much more upward thrust with this thing, which is really, really nice. And when you put that in tandem with the grapple arm, like, you can really sail with this thing. It's pretty great. So let's head on back into the mushroom forest, and we're going to kind of make our way over this way. There's a set path you need to follow if you really want to know where this entrance is. It's pretty simple, actually. We're basically just going back towards the life pod that we found in the bulb zone. And we'll be careful as we head that way. I don't know what my grapple arm was doing there. That was very strange. So back this way we go as we head on in here. Just going to kind of avoid all of the bulbs down here. Oh, that was a sound. Probably got a little bit too close to the crash zone. And we were near Reaper territory there for a moment. Or at least probably were. Okay, so I need to find, and I'm pretty sure the life pod is just over here. It's right next to the thermal vent. There it is. Okay, so there's the life pod. So what you want to do is you want to go past the life pod over to this rock formation. Okay? We're going to go past that. And once we do, we go over here. Kind of make our way down until you start to see the sand slope downwards. We're just going to follow this. There's a lot of titanium deposits on the way down. We also do need to be careful because there are some big baddies the further down we go as well. But, because this borders on a pretty bad zone. But if we turn left as we go in this way, you will see the entrance to the Lost River, which we are now inside of. So while I avoid the warpers on the way down, I'm going to try to land my prawn suit over here, like so. Perfect. And I am going to come out of here, and we're going to place a beacon. And you might be confused. You don't think that this is probably the Lost River at all, but don't you worry, it is. Place that. And I'm going to name this. I might get a chunk taken out of me here, which is going to suck, but oh well. We're going to go LR Bulb. There we go. Okay, so that is one of the entrances to the Lost River. Now set in stone. Get away from my prawn suit. All right, let's head further down now, and we're going to actually start to explore this place. Because this place gets pretty crazy. As soon as you start to see river prowlers, you know you're in the right location. So the Lost River is this massive, massive underground network that stretches all across the underneath of the entire map. But it's not as big as I just made it. So, like, it's big. Don't get me wrong. It's probably the biggest biome in the entire game in terms of just sheer size. But it's also very linear, I suppose, is the best way of putting it. It's not super hard to get lost in here once you know what leads to what. So we just want to go deeper because they're basically all just long corridors. That's really all each of the areas are. None of them are these big open expanses that lead into multiple directions. They mostly just go one of two ways. So right now we're kind of heading to the central area because the that's kind of where all of these are. They just kind of jut out from the central area, and there is, in fact, a Leviathan. Part of the reason I actually don't like going this way, because this area does not have as much maneuverability in it as the blood kelp entrance does. So if you're trying to take a big, brittle vehicle through here, it's a lot easier to run into that ghost Leviathan than it is the other ghosty boy that we ran into in the last episode. Again, that's why this is not my preferred area, but thought I'd point that out. Okay, so let's keep going. And what the heck? What are you? Holy, what the heck was that? It's making all that freaking talking to me. Excuse me, ma'am? Who are you? And can I stop hearing ghosties, please? I don't like that sound. Oh my goodness, what in the heck was that all about? Okay, so this is what I am looking for. Aha! This right here, this alien structure. This is one of the alien facilities that we actually heard about in, it's one of the alien facilities we heard about in, when we were last at one over by the giant gun on Gun Island. So I'm going to avoid the, well, do I want to take my prawn in here? I kind of don't want to, but I will. I'm going to go, like, right. I guess this whole thing is submerged underwater, so it isn't a huge deal. So we'll take that. Let's start going in here. Okay, we're going to start learning some more things in here. I probably should have brought tablets with me, and I did not.
Caution. Hazardous materials and life forms contained within.
Oh.
Interior walls in this section are substantially reinforced, indicating the designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Whatever their intention, it clearly failed.
Yeah, whatever it was. I don't know what that is, but, okay. That's an egg. Interesting. And, oh, is that a bunch of dead critters? Bunch of ray specimens. Ray species on 4546b. Different species of ray indigenous to 4546b, each adapted to different environments. The specimens are 99.99% genetically identical to those encountered on the planet today, suggesting that rays in particular have undergone little evolutionary mutation in the past millennium. Ghost rays, jelly rays, crimson rays, and rabbit rays likely all share a common evolutionary ancestor. The alpha ray would have evolved deep in the ocean trenches, quickly growing in line with available food supplies. It would have most resembled the ghost ray in size and appearance, with translucent skin for camouflage and forward-mounted eyes for hunting, a fast and fearsome stalker of small creatures in the dark. While some rays have stayed within the limits of the cave systems where they first evolved, others are relatively more recent adaptations to new environments, like the results of overpopulation. All of the rays in 4546b have given up predation in favor of herbivorous scavenging and used poisonous flesh to protect themselves. Interesting. I kind of want to know about the sea dragon egg, too. Large egg is in a hermetically sealed environment, or is held in a hermetically sealed environment and has been chemically sterilized. Without the means at the facility to house a fully grown sea dragon specimen, it is possible the aliens sought to study instead the egg laying and incubation process. To what end is unclear. Okay, interesting. Let's continue down this way. And we got ourselves some data.
Integrating new PDA data.
Damage report. Leviathan detected at facility perimeter, closing at high speed. Exterior anchor cable impacted with massive force. Exterior anchor system buckling, facility sinking. Collision with seafloor. Breaches detected in containment unit 7. Leviathan eggs. Immediate specimen destruction protocol initiated. 314 specimens destroyed. 1 specimen unaccounted for. Evacuating staff to off-site sanctuaries. Planetary quarantine protocol initiated. Warning, infected individuals may not leave the planet. So we learned a little bit extra, but we also just found out how this facility collapsed to the floor. A Leviathan attacked it. Wonder why it did that, but this does look like some sort of containment facility, so I suppose it makes sense. There's lots of cages and the like. Take the prawn suit in. I don't want to take the prawn suit in too deep, though, just because the prawn suit has a little bit of a funny interaction with a lot of these alien facilities, and it's very easy to get it stuck, which is why I'm a little bit nervous about doing that. So let's continue. I'm not trying to spend too much time here. Whoa! What the heck? What does this belong to? Remains of research specimen. The skeletal remains of a vast predator housed within artificial habitat. The environment constructed to house the specimen suggests it was kept alive in containment for research purposes for months or even years. Organic matter indicates the habitat once supported extensive plant life, although it has since decayed. When the facility collapsed, the specimen was either left to die or killed on the spot. While it shares some skeletal traits with the biter and sand shark, including its distinctive double eye sockets, this fossilized specimen is significantly larger and features unusual forearms rarely seen in aquatic species. This species has likely gone extinct in the past 1,000 years, and its evolutionary relatives have evolved almost beyond recognition. Okay, interesting. Whatever this was, it did not have a great time. I do not want to swim inside its mouth. No, thank you. It's not that I'd be harmed or anything. It's just a little bit too creepy for me. Okay, well, let's head back a little and see what else we have in here.
Residual biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study.
What in the world? Warper parts? Warpers? Hold on a second. Those life forms show signs of heavy genetic modification and extensive mechanical grafting. Its digestive and pulmonary systems have been replaced by an onboard battery receiving energy directly from the main grid and distributing it around the body. Miniaturized phase technology has been implanted beneath the skin and is triggered by the central nervous system, allowing the construct to teleport at will. The brain and central nervous system have been digitally augmented with advanced processing power and remote communications. Assessment: programmable hunter-killer avoid. They were making the warpers. They were literally building them. And not just building them, but they were like building them through grafted on parts from something that was actually alive. What the heck?
Data pertaining to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution. Detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
Okay.
Self-scan complete. Bacterial infection has spread to the skin and pulmonary system. Medical report recorded to databank. It is imperative you find a way to neutralize the infection.
Yeah, I would love to. Oh, gosh. Oh! Oh, I don't like that. Okay, so, yeah, we definitely need to take care of that. Well, that is bad. I'm going to head into my prawn suit before we read the bacteria infection report thing that we got. Let's see have a look at that real quick. Not that one. What was it? Bacterial infection report. You've been infected with a previously unknown waterborne bacterium. It is currently multiplying in your bloodstream. Estimated incubation time 2 weeks. Your immune system is currently combating the infection in low efficacy. You may already be experiencing flu-like symptoms and skin irritation. These will likely be exacerbated as the bacterium takes hold. Your immediate priority should be abatement and eradication of the infection. Recommended steps: salvage further alien research data on a possible vaccine. Investigate the mechanisms which have enabled the indigenous ecosystem to inhibit the symptoms of the infection. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. My goodness. I'm going to eat my nutrient block, and then I'm going to drink my water, and that's all we got for food, so we can't spend too much longer down here, but we are still going to investigate just a teeny tiny bit further. And by that, I mean we're going to head on over this way, and watch out for the warpers, because now we know those guys are literally just designed to try to kill us and hunt us down, because they are also here enforcing the same quarantine that the giant gun is enforcing. So that's great. Okay, what is this place? We have here. Oh, that looks lovely. A giant dragon of some sorts. Leviathan, I assume. Can we scan this? Also, we have to... Oh, that's right. We have to be careful in here. This thing will actually drain our health pretty quickly because of the heat that's in here. Sea dragon skeleton. Let's take a look at that. Semi-intact skeletal structure of a Leviathan-class predator. There is clear evidence of massive physical trauma to the head. The damage is so severe it was likely the cause of death and must have occurred somewhere nearby. Damage is consistent with a high-speed collision with a solid object. This is probably the Leviathan that attacked that alien structure we were just in. Something in the environment has helped to preserve these remains, but calcium decay suggests an approximate time of death 1,000 years ago. Bone growth suggests the creature was in the egg-laying stage of its life cycle. Well, that's unfortunate that it wasn't able to lay its eggs in time, but, or it did? I don't know, but something didn't go super right with that thing. And, I guess it killed itself trying to take down that facility. That's a problem. Okay. Let's take this, and we're going to head just a little bit deeper. So this area right here, I actually love this area because this area is completely harmless. All you have in here are ghost rays in this giant tree. But what is this giant tree exactly? Well, can't wait to show you. It's actually pretty cool. So, let's hop down here, and actually, because it's nice and cool in here, you don't really have to worry about taking any sort of damage. You can also descend into this brine with relatively little issue. We can also start grabbing things like uraninite and whatnot. But let's take a look at this giant tree here. Maybe we can scan it. A vast tree encountered in a deep cove, and the only one of its kind encountered on the planet. The tree is surrounded by rays grazing on its pink outer leaves. A hardy, fast-growing bark covers the outside of the tree. Minuscule organisms inhabit the notches in the surface. The tree's branches are wrapped around a number of maturing eggs belonging to the species-designated ghost leviathan. This tree appears to be in an ancient nesting ground. The eggs were laid when the tree was young, and now the branches protect and grow with them as they await the right conditions to hatch. These are ghost leviathan eggs, and no, you cannot grab them and grow your own ghost leviathan. I wish that were the case, but no. Essentially, the ecosystem here is to support these growing ghost leviathans, who will then hatch, eat a bunch of these ghost rays, and then slowly make their way out of the ghost river, the Lost River. This is why when you're in the Lost River, you encounter baby ghost leviathans, but well beyond the Lost River is where you encounter the adults. This is their nesting ground, and they slowly make their way out of here over time. Pretty cool, huh? I actually really love that detail. They really thought about a lot of this stuff when they were crafting these worlds, and it's part of what makes this game so freaking amazing. I'm gonna grab a couple of things while we're here, and actually I might as well scan one of these ghost rays while we're at it, just so we can add it to the data bank. They're not too hard to scan just because of how big they are, but like I said, they're completely harmless. I wanted to actually read on that, but I messed up. There you go, Ghost Ray. As is common for rays on 4546b, the Ghost Ray's flesh is inedible, making it one of the more resilient herbivores. Feeds on plant matter that is settled in the ground in deep sea caverns. So yeah, you can't do anything with these guys, can't hurt them or anything, which I guess is a good thing. But yeah, we're going to head back on into our prawn. And when we head back, we're going to have a couple of things necessary for us. Mostly, I got to actually bring a little bit more food and water next time, but I think we can start to make our way back. So I'm going to show you how we get out of here. This is kind of the orientation point, is this tree. So what we're going to do, this is always my way out. It just helps me as far as remembering where to go so much more. And we can always go back the way we came in too, which is not super hard. You basically just need to find... Oh. I am definitely running into another glitch there. You just need to find the alien base and make your way on the outside of it. But if you find yourself in this room with the sea dragon skeleton in the center, I will show you the way to get out of here. It's really not all that complicated. So all you do, see where the sea dragon is, see that its ribcage is pointing, well, basically where it's the back half of it is pointing. Basically that way. It's the section that is closest to where the tree is. We're going to follow our way up this way, and we have to go up, like really up. So you make sure that you understand how the grapple plus jump jet combination works, or you're not going to be able to get out of here very easily. So I don't know if I'm going to make the whole thing. Maybe I will. Okay, can I at least land here? Yes, I can. Okay. And then we're going to make our way up this way. And this is the entrance to the Lost River via the Blood Kelp Zone once again. So we just kind of grapple our way through. Try not to mess with the baby too much or let the baby mess with us too much. Go around all of the river prowlers that I'm not too worried about because they're a lot slower than things like bone sharks. So they just don't mess with you too much. They do try to attack you, but... No, and there's the baby. What's up, baby? I'm not gonna let you attack me anyway. He mostly just bites on river prowlers. Oh, that's actually not where I wanted to go. That is an entrance to another alien location, but it's not a whole facility. It's actually just to one of those arches, that we found on the mountain island. And we'll explain what those do in due time. But for now, let's just get the heck on out of here. And then I can call this an episode. Ladies and gentlemen, let me for this episode of Let's Play Subnautica. A little bit of a shorter episode this time, but that is okay because next episode we are going to get prepared for the long haul. And, well, one of the long hauls. We're going to go a lot deeper in the next episode, and we're going to start getting some of that kyanite that we were talking about before. And I'm also going to stock up on food and make sure to bring some tablets with me, the purple and orange tablets. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Subnautica very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.